Okay, now it goes. I don't know why it changed. Well, definitely. So the problem is, I was sadly not able to rejoin the race. So basically, the sprint race, there was 10 laps, was concluded without us watching. And we will hopefully get the results soon. Because I couldn't join because it always said, like, the lobby's closed, and we did not want to tell them to restart a lobby for 10 laps. So we have missed the sprint, but there will be a second lobby that is opening up right now, or already open, and the invites are already sent out. We're already 18 people here, so people only need to get their teams right. Then we can start immediately with a short race with 28 laps. I'm just going through the settings right now to see if everything was done right. And I can already see that the weather was made to clear, so there will not be rain. And hello, James. How are you doing, mate? Okay, so this will be a 50% race with a full qualifying session. So we will potentially miss the qualifying of the Tier 2 sprint, but we will hopefully see the Tier 2 sprint. And there's no starting lap. Okay, so with that, we're not gonna be switching to the current lobby in terms of what you guys see, because as of now we are good just watching in the lobby until I have to leave, make the Tier 2 lobby. Oh yeah, it makes sense, James. James, when do you need to make the Tier 2 lobby again? For in 45 minutes roughly, right? Like then it starts, right? But this will be interesting. And there's still few lobby settings being done. I hope it is the right settings. It does look like it. Okay, it would be perfect if we would be able to start now. It would be preferably my best choice. 30 minutes to start at 8:30. Yeah, so like I said, like 45 minutes roundabout, okay. So this will be fairly interesting. Of course, it's kind of sad that we had to stop the stream because, well, we had a hype train going. We had over 20 viewers at the time. So that was relatively sad. But I've been told that the race in itself was not all that. So hopefully, the proper race will now be very exciting. And with that, I hope we can slowly but surely get into the race, considering we are already, I would say, relatively late. And oh, I can show the results. Yes, I can. Okay, let me just take a look, okay? This will now take a second, dear viewers, because I need to first get the results. Okay, we will do it a little unprofessional now, okay? To show you the results as fast as possible. It is here. Okay, so here are the results. I'm sorry for this type of flashbang. But here you see Luke has won the sprint race. Yuki was in P2. Alex Karugot in P3. Merciless P4. Mersaki P5. Lexki P6. Zero P number 7. P8 was Tommy in it. P9 was Scene. P10 Executioner Sam. P11 a water bottle. P12 Jan, thank you very much for the bits. Sweet. And P13 Riftmaster, P14 Biggie, CMOS, Jason, Ian, and Liam were P15, 16, 17, and 18, and they all DNF. So with that, I think we can say that Scene was the drive of the day, considering he started in P18 and got to P9. Okay, so without further ado, let's look at the game now. And hello, Silent, a second time.
Hello, hello, we meet again.
Yeah, hopefully it works this time without kicking me out of the game or just closing the game.
Yeah, as we know, even technology is not perfect, so anything can happen.
Yeah, definitely. And we are
It's just
already
a
back
pain.
to 11 viewers, so this is nice to see. It would be nicer if we could get everyone back. All right, why is there now 19 drivers?
There
Who
was,
joined?
I think it was Milk, TMS Milk. I believe so.
Oh yeah, yeah, Milk just joined. Okay.
Yeah, for Cadillac. So it's nice to.
Well, I mean, however he did it, he did it. So, we are just waiting for the first few to come out, and just as I say it, one of the V-Carps is not... Oh, wait, he got overtaken in the pit lane by Yuki, I believe it is. Oh, no, it's not Yuki, it's Ian. So Ian is currently P1 in terms of who's gonna set their lap first. And we are back to 16 people. So, first of all, before I start, what was the Tier 1 sprint results? You can look at it right after the stream because I've just showed it. But I can just show you it if you want again. You know what? I'ma do it. It will not be the most beautiful picture because it is a picture sent in by James from his phone, I believe. Luke P1, Yuki P2, Alex Karuga was P3, Merciless P4, then Mersaki, Blacksky 0, Tommy Innit, Scene, Executioner, a Water Bottle, Jan, Driftmaster, and Biggie. That is basically everyone who finished. Here you have Seamus, Jason, Ian, and Mr. Liam who did not finish. Okay, let's go back to qualifying because I think that's why you tuned in, right? Or to see Tier 1 as a whole. That's why you are here, that's why we are here, and that is why we are gonna look at it now. And I think right now the person who's gonna set the lap first will be a Williams, and it is the Williams of Mr. Liam. So let's see what he can do. Also, we are on 23 people. That is, I believe, the highest amount of viewers we've ever had here. So thank you very much for every singular one watching here and supporting us. And to everyone who is maybe watching for the first time or hasn't given us a follow yet, please think about doing so because this supports us and you will not miss out on Tier 2 later or on next week. So without further ado, let's see how Mr. Liam is gonna be able to do on his first lap, considering he has Ian right behind him, his former teammate in Ferrari in Tier 2 last season. Both of them got the P2 in the Constructors together for Ferrari. And now they are looking for a potential Constructor win in each of their teams. And we got Gamer Hollet saying he puts 20 bucks on Mersaki to get P1. So Mersaki, if you hear this, if you want to make money or give Gamer Hollet money, you know, then you just need to finish first. Also, Silent, our viewership has just increased to 24. That is a new record for us.
Yeah, it's amazing to see, from just starting, a couple weeks back from preseason to a couple races in. It's really nice to see that we have a small viewership that's interested to see in the races that we have to offer here.
If you think about it, we're not that far off of a quarter of 100. Think about it like that.
Yeah, yeah. Whenever you think about it like that, that's a good milestone to look at and hopefully achieve in the near future.
Yeah, and just as we talked about achieving something, Mr. Liam has achieved a 33.54. And Merciless with a 32.55 right behind, and then Mersaki with a 32.79. And Luke with a 32.25. And just saying, Mersaki with his first lap is slower than the fastest of Tier 2 today. If they can do that, of course. Yes, Silent, you have heard right. We've had people in Tier 2 do a 0.6, a 32.6.
Wow. Yeah, that's actually kind of impressive, honestly. I knew these guys were going to be a little bit fast, especially with sometimes they were talking about within the week. So it's nice to see that they're actually putting these times they talked about onto the track.
Milk with a 32.779 puts himself in P4. Yuki with a 32.65. And Ariso just did a 0.5. He is improving. No, James, he's talking about the 32. Ariso would be P2 or P3 right now. But only because he has practiced the entire day today. I can vouch for him. At the start of the day, he was very far behind. Also, now CMOS with a 32.8 in P6. Scene with a 33 flat in P7. 0, 33.2 in P8. A water bottle, 33.4 in P9. Misa Liam now down to P10. Jan with a 33.98. P11. Driftmaster 34.3 P12. Biggie 152.9 in P13. Let's follow Blacksky going through the third sector now. So let's see what he can do. Now Blacksky going through the last turn. Using everything he has and gets P11 with a 33.447. Tommy in it, by the way, P10 with a 33.4. Next one in line would be Alex Carugo, but he invalidated, so now he's going for another fast lap. Do we see another drive on a fast lap? No. So it is just Alex Carugo. So we can follow his entire lap. Burning down to over 50, down to 40 here. Okay, so that is an interesting strategy.
So, Brittany, I do have a question.
Yeah.
So, with us not having Pucker or even WatchTech, even though WatchTech hasn't had the most promising performances or the best of luck on track, we do know he's a good driver.
Yeah.
But without having Pucker, who do you think could probably be fighting for the top 3 this race?
Ooh, I would say, first of all, Luke. Luke, even in the sprint, has won it. I think Yuki is definitely one of the top guys too. And I think if Milk doesn't fumble it, I think he can outperform Murasaki today. These are my personal top 3.
Yeah, I could definitely see that, yeah.
Although I must say, so far, Tier 1 has been very underwhelming in qualifying so far. Do not say it in a bad manner, but Tier 2, like even like the midfielders in Tier 2 would be in the midfield here today.
Yeah, that's true.
And Alex Carugo moves up right behind Scene in P8 with a 33.1. So now that was basically everyone. Silent, who do you think has top 3 today? The chokehold.
Well, I definitely have Luke in mind, that's for sure. Musa would be a nice one to see fighting in the top 3. I believe Yuki is actually a new reserve driver, or he was signed with Cadillac for a little bit, but wasn't able to make it to the first races, which is perfectly fine. But it is nice to see that we finally have Yuki on track. So I'm kind of excited to see what he's going to pull. From what I've heard, he is a really good competitive driver, so I'm excited to see him. But it would be nice to see Murasaki up there fighting for the top 3. I know it might be a little bit to ask for, but if Murasaki could put everything together, have a good strategy, put his head down, let the chaos go past him, I think we can see him up there as well.
How did Murasaki not invalidate there? Oh my goodness. As we're speaking about Murasaki, he went off track
Pushing
there
the
and
limits,
he did
yeah.
not invalidate.
Oh my goodness.
That was a blessing from the F1 game, I think.
Yeah. They probably heard us talking about him. He's like, you know what? We're going to keep this momentum rolling and give him no track limits there.
Oh my goodness. What a move. Like, I cannot even explain if that was planned or not at this point. But it is certainly purple sector 2, according to the map. So let's see how it's gonna go. I don't go off track and get pens. Then there's this game. Well, I mean, X12, this guy. Then, well, X12, I think that is beautiful from EA, right? Considering I got kicked out of the game, which stopped our first hype train we've ever had thanks to Sweet Power. But, well, I mean, now we're going strong again with over 20 viewers, and like I've said before, everyone who's watching, who's currently maybe even in the lobby and doing a lap or not doing a lap, feel free to leave us a follow, because then you will not miss another stream from us, because you will get pinged on Discord and you will get a message also on your phone or on your device where you have turned the notification on. So without further ado, let's look at Luke right now, because now he is entering his lap. And yes, James, I am certainly PR trained to some degree. Although I've never received PR training, to be honest. Now, Milk is crossing the line, putting himself in P2 with a 32.275. Ryder, that is basically non-existent in Germany as a whole. Like, we don't have that here.
Oh wow, and I just noticed, speaking of Murasaki, he actually got into the top 3, and now Milk and Murasaki has split the 2 Racing Bulls.
Yeah, so now we got my top 3 in the top 3. Well, I mean, Hulky, if it is like that, then, well, I mean, I think Germany is very, very known for especially these things, right? So let's look at a few other laps. For example, Blacksky, who has just started his lap. And the second Aston Martin is still in the pit, so we will see a lap from them way later than one might expect. Let's see, one of the Audis is now crossing the line. It's Ian. Ian moves himself into P15 with 33.5. A few laps we might not have talked about. For example, Black Sea 33.447, which is only P14. Hello, Fred. How are you doing? And also, we need to talk about Zero being in P7 right now with a 32.9. What a phenomenal lap so far, or weekend as a whole from Zero.
Yeah, I do agree. And it's nice to see his teammate right in front of him. So
that is true.
Could definitely work together, and hopefully we see the Red Bulls in the top 5.
And as we're talking about his teammate is currently on a fast lap. So let's see if he can improve his time. And he was able to improve, and now he's in front of Yuki with a 32.558.
Oh, man. A nice improvement from CMAS, that's for sure right there.
James, that would be nice. Now let's look at another lap from someone. For example, Scene, who's currently here. And thank you very much for this bid, Ace. Or these bids, considering you've been cheering multiple. Thank you very much for that support. That is very much appreciated. So who is gonna cross the line next? It would be Ian, but now he's going far off track. Right behind Ian would be, I think, an Alpine. Who's that Alpine? And it is Alex Carugo now starting his fast lap. Right behind that would be a McLaren, and that is of Jason. Jason, now one of the favorites actually today, if we actually think about it. And he's going into the pit. So right behind that would, I think, be... Is it in Ferrari? Yes, it is in Ferrari. It is a wall bottle. But he invalidated. Thank you very much, Sweet Power, for that bit.
Thank you, Sweet. Thank you so much, man.
Oh, wait, I've seen someone spin around. Oh my goodness. But only partially. Yeah, so let's see. Some of the people are still doing a lap. Seen as invalidated. Alex Carugo is going into the pit, and we see the people cheering more and more bits. Thank you very much for that support to everyone. That is very much appreciated. And now Sweeper with 55 bits. Also, just as we're saying it, we're now 25 people, which is another record. $128 bits now. And Deacon Blacksky with 22 bits. Guys, that support is mental. Thank you very much. And I hope you're not only enjoying sending us bits and basically supporting us with that. I also hope you are enjoying watching the stream and hearing us commentate, and also hearing just silent sexy voice, isn't it?
I appreciate it, man. I
And
appreciate
Ace
it,
with 100 bits. Oh my goodness.
Oh, goodness gracious. Brittany, can I get a small request? And whenever you can you turn on your Discord?
That is certainly a possibility, but for that I would need to...
Never mind.
Okay, then not. Okay.
yeah. I got you.
Okay. Well, let's see what some of these people can do, considering, for example, Mr. Liam is now on a fast lap, and I think Mursaki too. Let's look, where's Mursaki currently on track? Is he on a fast lap? Yes, Mursaki is on a fast lap, or it seems at least like that. So let's see, he aborted his fast lap, so the only one on a fast lap is Mr. Liam right now. So let's see how Liam will fare in his lap. Currently with a 35.549 as his fastest lap. It is basically only the way up from P16. Make more of the orb thingies, like challenge or something so the orb worth collecting. Okay, so Silent, I think we got a request here.
What happened?
People want more things that they can do with channel points. For example, like betting, like, oh, who's gonna win, and then like having like either that choice or this choice. Like the winner is gonna get like, I don't know, like plus 20 orbs or something like that.
Okay, yeah, I could definitely see that. That sounds like a great idea, and I think it'll just kind of keep the chat and everyone kind of more interactive. And so
Yes, as we've been talking about maybe improving the stream. Mr. Liam set a 33.35 and put himself in P13 and crashed into a wall instead of just giving up. Now, as also, I think we now have a level of people on the fast laps. For example, Ian now going through the last sector, through the second last turn, going into the last turn, right behind a few other people. So we see several people now going through. Is it Scene or is it like Skarugo? Okay, right in front of that was, I think, then Tommy in it. And Ian now in P12 with a 33.199. And Merciless finished qualifying in P4.
Wow, what an improvement at the end there.
Jan improved to P10 with a 32.996. Executioner Sam stays in P8 with a 32.95. So let's see who's going to be the next one to cross the line. It is... I don't even know who it is. Someone just crossed the line, and it was a water bottle with a 32.899, and Mursaki with the pole position for now. A 32 flat.
Gracious.
Oh my goodness. What a qualifying from Mursaki.
No! Oh my god, I can't believe I just did that.
Did you just leave the session? Oh.
Someone accidentally invited me.
Yeah, James.
And
Seamus in P5, Yuki in P4, Milk in P3, Merciless down to P6 with that, Zero in P7, Scene in P8, Jason P9, a water bottle P11. As Alex Carugo just put himself in P9 right behind his teammate. Execution in P12, Jan P13, Tommy in at P14, Ian P15, Blacksky P16. Mr. Liam P17, Driftmaster P18, and Biggie F1 in P19. So with that, let's just give me 1 second so I can start the stream full sound so we see the same stuff at the same time. There we go.
Go.
Now, let's
Beautiful,
look at the
beautiful.
standings again. This is without the sprint we have done, but now Luke is leading the championship in both categories. And with the sprint win, he actually has the second P1 more or less. And he is expanding his championship lead, considering I think no one of the other top 5 in the championship standings were even remotely close today or even attending today. So with that, he has a comfortable lead in both championships. So let's switch back again to the game. And here is qualifying results. Pole position 32 flat, Luke in P2, Milk P3, Yuki P4, P5 CMOS, P6 Merciless, P7 0. And then we have the second Swede in P8 with Scene, P9 Alex Carugo, P10 Jason, P11 Warbottle, P12 Execution, P13 Jan bringing in the Northern competition, P14 Tommy and P59 and P16 Blacksea, P17 Mr. Liam, Driftmaster P18 and Biggie, our South African goat in P19. And now there is a 2-minute wait, I think. Is it 2 minutes?
It's a little less, but yeah, pretty much. Yes, sir.
So now it is just a 2-minute wait, as it has just been confirmed. Then the lights will go out and the race will start immediately because I don't think we have a formation lap. Is that correct?
That is correct. For today's race, since we are trying to make it to Tier 2 as best as we can, we will not have a formation lap for today.
And it looks like we're only gonna miss the qualifying of Tier 2 and potentially the start of Tier 2 sprint.
Yeah, I believe so. I think we're doing pretty good on time. And it's, as I said before, since with the new time changes, we're not racing both tiers at the same time. It's going to be a little bit of trial and error, but as long as we work together, I think we'll be able to get it
Definitely
down smoothly.
I think what potentially could be thing we could do today is delay Tier 2 by like 5 minutes so we could potentially see the start of the sprint.
Yeah, that's definitely possible. As we see the race progress here in the next couple minutes, we'll definitely plan about it. I think we have at least 45 minutes. So I think we're doing pretty solid.
Yeah. James, just be ready to potentially wait 5 more minutes. I think that is a good call. And I think going forward for other sprint weekends, we could potentially move Tier 1 like 15 minutes further to the front. If that is needed. What's up, Roski?
And somehow the commentator has joined a vehicle.
Wait, what do you mean? And the lights go out and Silent is actually part of the race. Okay, what the hell? And the S Martin having the best start. Right behind that is the V-Car from P2 with another car on his inside. Everyone is basically ghosting through turn 1, so that was basically more or less free for everyone. So now let's see how it's gonna go. And we already see that there's slight gaps opening up, especially between P1 and P2. Murasaki leading the race with Luke in P2. Right behind that, we got Yuki. Driftmaster and Silent already having penalties. What type of penalties are we talking about? It is a drive-through penalty. A water bottle with overtake on Iron. As we can see, several people side by side there. Oh my goodness, Iron spun Tommy in and around.
Oh my. No.
Oh no.
No.
And
That is
Jason
not...
gave up already. Jason crashed completely out, that is. Oh my goodness. Jason got hit into the wall and DNF. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. With that, Jason is in P20, Tommy in it in P19, and Silent moves up to P18.
Moving. We're going. Don't
Sima's
worry. No,
in
ignore my car.
P17 now. And we see it side by side from Iron and Misa Liam already getting the 3-second penalty. Let's see, is Iron gonna be able to fight back? Is he gonna be able to fight for that? No, he's not. Murasaki with 35.5. Iron also getting overtaken by Biggie. And now Driftmaster has overtaken all of them, but only because he went into the pit. So let's see a little bit further in front. Is there a fight? Most likely between Murasaki and Yuki, so this will be very interesting. Silent with a 10-second penalty also. Oh no, and he gives up. So that means he's gonna be the Martin Brundle of this. If racing doesn't work out, turn to commentating, that is.
Alright, I made it back. Sorry, guys.
With that, also, Murasaki just went off track in front, so at least one warning according to what I would say should be a warning. So we got a good train running, P1 to P7, all in a train. Biggie just overtook Iron again, because Iron was able to overtake him in the first sector, so let's see, is Iron gonna be able to get that back now? No, he's not. With that, Biggie's gonna be able to drive away, and we see Silence Mercedes now driving to the side of the track, and Blacksky has overtaken Iron. And Scene and Executioner are side by side, but Executioner was the guy with the better execution at the end, and with that, he got that place, which is P8. Also, Zero and Alex Carugo side by side. But Alex Carugo wasn't not overtaken by Zero. And as such, Zero stays in P7. And Luke with the fastest lap of 35.5. Wow. Got through Murasaki.
And he's doing it in the front as well.
Yeah, he got through Murasaki and immediately set the fastest lap. So he already established that he can go faster. Also, Zero still 0.2 behind Alex Carugo, while Alex Carugo is 0.2 behind Musa, which is turning into a 0.4 deficit now. So this is gonna be very, very interesting. Also, Mr. Liam, right now the only one with a 3-second penalty. No one else has a penalty. Nothing. Basically, most of the people are on mediums. Yeah, that is true, except Milk and Blacksky. So we have 2 people with alternative strategies. Everyone else is on the standard strategy. So let's see, is Scene gonna get the overtake down on Executioner this time? He has the ERS advantage, he gets the overtake mode, and he gets the superior slipstream because, well, Executioner's not getting one at all, and he goes for the very late dive bomb. Side by side, Executioner has the better acceleration there, but oh, rear end from Scene, but there was no position change. And oh my goodness, I think someone is off. Yeah, someone is off track. Iron is now P15 and Mr. Liam is P16. Oh my goodness. Mr. Liam is also off track now, getting overtaken by everyone. Simos also lost 49 positions. And Tommy in with the overtake against Iron now. X12, don't do that. Here we see Iron and Mr. Liam still side by side. Seamus now in the pit, losing more and more positions and more time. And Liam going for the move, but Iron was able to give him that switchback, and with that Iron is in front. We look further in front, we have a waterball Scene and Executioner all in a freeway fight with Jan right behind that. Also, if we look in front, we have Yuki 0.1, now 0.4, and the gap's closing in again. Behind Murasaki also. Scene got that overtake down on Execution and now it's in front. But now it's the question, will he stay in front? It's gonna be very interesting. Liam and Ian are still fighting against one another.
Oh
Not the
goodness.
cleanest as Liam spins around. And Iron is waiting for Liam so they can fight. Execution and Scene still fighting with a water ball right behind there, looking for potential overtake. Hello, El Dominici, how are you doing? So let's see how this is gonna be working out for them. Thank you very much for these 2 bits, El Dominici. Very much appreciate it. Liam and Iron still fighting against one another. But well, I don't think they're fighting for any position at this point anyway, considering they're waiting for one another. Let's look at the front, considering Yuki is now P2 and nearly gapping Murasaki.
Yeah, he's definitely starting to pull away just a little bit.
Is Luke gonna be able to get basically in the sprint? I think he has done a Grand Slam. In this race he can't because Murasaki started. But is he gonna lead the race every single lap after he has overtaken Murasaki? Is he gonna be able to do that, considering Yuki barely is able to keep up? Misa Liam with a second 3-second penalty. Still fighting against Iron. Side by side, basically 0 space for him. And was overtaken by Iron. Iron now gets a 3-second penalty, and with that, both of them going side by side yet again. And Liam gets the switchback by Iron once again. Now he gets the switchback himself and is now in front. But now Iron will most likely try to get the overtake down, which he's not able to do. With that, Liam should normally be able to pull away, but I don't think he's gonna try to do it. 0 right behind Merciless, 4 P6. So right now, it is a very, very close fight. And thank you very much for these 5 bits, Sweet Power. Scene with a 3-second penalty. Oh my goodness.
Oh my god.
The best case scenario for execution of a water bottle. And Jan, who's somehow still able to keep up with these few. Well, I mean, Sweet want to do a big one then? Murasaki somehow able to keep... Yeah, Murasaki's coming closer to Yuki, it seems like. Well, Yuki is falling back compared to Luke. Also, Driftmaster has just overtaken Iron, so Iron and Liam are both falling down the order. Driftmaster with that now in P15 as Iron is, nearly drifting away in P16. Also, Murasaki now in P7, what happened there?
Oh no.
What happened there? He must have lost the grip. Murasaki now in P7, which means Milk now in P3, Alex Carugo P4, Merciless P5, and 0 in P6. Best case scenario for everyone except Murasaki. The medium tire Aston Martin is struggling. Seamus with a 3-second penalty, and Executioner fighting against a water bottle. Side by side. Oh, and he lost the grip with that water bottle, gets the P9 position. Oh my goodness. Also, Misa Liam has overtaken Iron, but, well, I mean, they are fighting for nothing. So let's see, Yuki now half a second behind Luke, so he's coming closer, and Milk was able to come closer to Yuki. So it seems like Murasaki was the slowest out of these 4. Considering, well, Murasaki's not able to get the position against 0 right now, Silent.
Yeah. Oh my. Let's see.
Also, it looks
Does
like
Murasaki look like he has damage? No, I don't think so.
No, it doesn't have damage. It looks like he simply lost grip. Also, 0 with the overtake against Merciless. But no, Merciless and 0 with the contact. But now with that... Oh, Tommy and Whip a 3-second penalty. Now, Merciless. Is he going to go for the overtake against 0? Is he going to go for it? They're side by side now. Is 0 going to go for defensive? No, he's not. And Merciless with a very late braking move. The Red Bull against the sugar-free Red Bull. Who's going to be the one edging out the other? And it is Merciless. With that, he gets the P5 position back after 0 was able to overtake him before the straight. This is good for everyone in front. For example, Alex Carugo is now by over 2.2 seconds ahead of them. Also, Red Bull, I think it is Simas now, has stopped on track. He has spun around and hit the wall, apparently, it looks like. That is suboptimal for him. Simas having a very, very unfortunate race so far.
Yeah, very unlucky race from him. It's unfortunate to see because we definitely know he has some good pace in him.
Definitely. Also, I don't know what happened to Jan, but now he's 2 seconds behind the water bottle. Well, Blackski's only 0.3 of a second behind him. So let's see, is Blackski gonna be able to provide us with something interesting here?
Oh,
Takes the turn way better, and loses a little bit of grip. And now the ERS usage is gonna matter here, and Blackski shows us that it gets the position. P10 for Blackski. Jan moves down to P11. Also, at the same time, let's look further ahead because Yuki's 0.3 behind Luke and Milk is 0.4 behind Yuki. So the top three are within a second of another. Also, Murasaki get the overtake down on 0. And we've seen someone spin around, I think. At least there was a yellow flag. Murasaki half a second behind Merciless as he has overtaken 0. Also, Yuki, Milk, and Luke still behind one another, but we've just seen Milk for second there, losing the grip. So with that, it looks like Milk is gonna struggle the most of these three. And Mr. Liam with a 10-second penalty and a 3-second penalty back-to-back. Okay, I think he cut the corner to get in front of Iron at this point. And Simas gave up in the middle of a track. And that is a full course yellow. Is it a safety car? No, it is not. It's not a safety car.
Uh-oh, and we have someone coming into the pits. It
is
like
perfect to go into the pits now. Oh! Milk is staying out. Oh yeah, he's on the hard tires. That makes sense. That makes sense. That makes total sense. But everyone else is gonna gain so much in the pit now. Oh my goodness. Everyone on the medium tires should go into the pit now. Murasaki with a 10-second penalty.
No!
Iron with a 3-second penalty.
No!
Oh my goodness.
Oh my goodness. This is not what we needed.
Oh my goodness. With that, we have a small shakeup. Milk in P1, Luke in P2, Yuki in P3. 0 with a drive-through penalty for speeding under the yellow flag. Oh no.
Oh, no. Oh man. Tiny
From
little
P7 to P nothing.
Hunt some of the drivers down.
Okay, now let's see what Alex Carugo can do against Yuki. Drift Master with a 3-second penalty.
Oh my goodness. The penalties have taken over half the grid at the moment.
Yeah. And someone crashing into the wall on purpose. It is Drift Master.
Oh my goodness gracious.
Yeah, James, just do a 5-minute delay.
That's unfortunate for Driftmaster because he was up 3 positions and only two positions away from getting into the points.
Yeah. And he gave up on purpose, so that's definitely gonna be some kind of penalty, I think. Same for Simas, as far as I know. Oh man. Especially, he was not that far off the points. Like, I think he was even in the points, more or less. Tommy in it with the overtake against Biggie. With that, Tommy in it moves up into P10 and seeing what happened to Scene, he gave up in the pit. So let's see. I was gonna continue for RoguesCommunityRacing because he's still trying to get to Yuki, while Yuki is still trying to stay with Luke, which is not possible for him right now. Oh, Zero just lost the position against Biggie with that. Zero is on P12 and Biggie in P11. But Zero doesn't have any penalty anymore. And Ian and Liam are still fighting fiercely against one another. Also, Murasaki currently in P6. He still has a 10-second penalty, I believe. Yes, he has. Liam 9 seconds, Ian 6 seconds, Executioner 3, Biggie 3, Community 3. Here we see it, everyone on fresh tires, every singular driver except Milk. But the good thing, you were looking at Executioner, not at Scene. Oh yeah. The good thing is for Milk, he knows he only needs to go into the pit once and he can finish the race. Everyone else needs to go into the pit for a second time, I believe. So with that, as long as Milk doesn't get overtaken before his stint ends, he's in a very good spot. Also, what was that there? There's crash further behind of Mr. Liam. Okay, so also Zero with a purple sector 1. Oh my goodness. Water bottle also 0.5 behind Black Sea. Looking for potential overtakes soon. Well, Murasaki is 0.2 behind Merciless. And RoguesCommunityRacing half a second behind Yuki. So let's see what these drivers can provide us with. And we see Palavra drivers as Ian and Liam going into the pit. Also Milk leading a race by over 8 seconds right now. Let's see what RoguesCommunityRacing can do now against Yuki as we look behind Yuki. RoguesCommunityRacing is coming closer and closer, lap by lap. Slowly but surely the gap is getting closer and closer. And he's constantly at, and oh, there's a yellow flag. Black Ski and a water bottle potentially colliding, I think. But no visible damage for any one of these. But with that, we got a fight here. Also, Tommy Innit just overtook Jan. With that, Jan moves down to P10. And Zero right behind at 0.7 of a second. Now looking for potential overtake against Jan too soon. A water bottle now 0.4 behind Lexki and RoguesCommunityRacing 0.1. 0.1 behind Yuki. Side by side with Yuki. Gets the outside line now. Is a little bit further ahead. Does he get the better line going through the turn now? He goes off track. He has the better acceleration. Now gets the inside line. Is it the better line though for the corner? We will see, because now he has the better acceleration. He gets the position. Now everything depends on Yuki and how he takes this corner. And no, Yuki does not go for it with that. Yuki gets P4 and RoguesCommunityRacing is P3. Mr. Liam with another 3-second penalty, and Simmons has left the session. Also, Jan with the overtake against Zero as Zero was trying to make it side by side. Now, Zero with the switchback. Is it possible? Is it possible to go around the outside here for the switchback? He's going for it! And the loss of grip held him up from doing it.
He almost had it. He almost had it.
The Red Bull driver was already half in it. Now side by side nearly. With the Baron line now. And Zero gets the position. Oh my goodness. Jan now down to P11 with that. Zero is in the top 10 once again. Also, Blacksky now behind a water bottle. A water bottle getting faster and faster, it seems like, compared to Blacksky. So right now, I think it's just a matter of time when Blacksky will not be in the overtake mode window of a water bottle anymore. Jan with a 3-second penalty. Oh no. The worst thing that could happen to him. I believe that's
his first one, right? His first penalty?
I think so.
Oh man.
The worst thing that could happen to him. Oh no. Also, Blackski currently now P8. And he got the overtake done on the water bottle due to the superior ERS that he was using. Which I cannot fully understand because we can see that a water bottle has good amount of ERS. And Executioner DNF'd. He gave up.
Oh my goodness, no.
With that, it's 14 people remaining.
15. Oh, no, 14. Yeah, you're right. You're right.
Let's see, Murasaki still hunting down Merciless. Not coming closer, not falling behind. The perfect time where they can fight against one another soon. Oh, side by side for Liam and Iron going into turn 1. Both colliding, and Iron gets overtaken by Mr. Liam. Mr. Liam gets P13 with that.
Oh.
Jan going into the pit for the first time now. And giving up. Iron with a 3-second penalty. Oh, looks like Texas is not the best track of Tier 1. So let's see. Is a water bottle able to fight back against Blackski now on the long straight? With the ERS he needs to have to get that overtake done. And the ERS is showing him with that he gets the overtake immediately done. With that, Blackski moves down to P8 and a water bottle still with the superior ERS is in P7. Murasaki still right behind Merciless, still cannot fight. Yuki now in P4, Alex Karuga with that now in P3. Iron with another 3-second penalty. So this is guaranteed points for everyone who finishes the race now. And Yuki for the first time fell out of the overtake mode window for a second there. But suddenly nearly gained half a second on Alex Karuga out going through turn 1. And safety car is out. Why is that?
Where'd the safety car come out for?
Because of Liam.
Oh my goodness.
Yep, Liam is missing a win. So, because of Iron and Liam, there's a safety car. This is perfect for X12, for example, but... Wait, this is also perfect for Milk. But on the other hand, Milk is forced to do another pit stop because he will not be able to do 14 laps with mediums. Oh, he might be able to do it because the safety car does 3 laps.
Yeah, it could be, it'll be very close. I mean, pray there's no rain the last couple laps like we've seen.
But I wouldn't say it looks like it considering there's not a singular cloud.
That's very true. So he may be lucky. I think if he keeps it under control and manages the tire really nice, he should be able to pull it off.
Everyone currently on the hard tire, so the top 7 are basically in a very bad position.
This is going to be interesting to see if P2 down will pit or if they will stay out for a little bit longer.
I would probably do it because then, like, think about it, Milk will have the way younger tires.
That's
it will die out faster probably. But like with the younger tires, he's gonna get a race win. So to counter that, you need to go into the pit too and go for medium tires yourself. Like Luke and Alex Karuga and Yuki all show us. Merciless is going into the pit too. So with that, everyone is going. And we see Tommy and Zero and Biggie were all in the pit already. Let's look at the penalties for a second here because we know everyone is going to go onto medium tires. Except Luke! Luke has a second set of hard tires. And Liam gave up. Merciless has jumped Murasaki in the pits because Murasaki had that 10-second penalty. And a water bottle and Blacksea has jumped Murasaki in the pit too. With that, Murasaki is currently P8 and his own teammate Tommy Innit is now right behind him. Let's look at the penalties. We have Iron with 12 seconds Then we got Biggie with 3 seconds, Tommy Innit with 3 seconds, and Blacksky with 3 seconds. And
For
Biggie,
all the
just as we
penalties.
talk about
Oh
penalties, gets a
no!
second 3-second penalty. And what were you about to say, Silent?
Yeah, I was about to say, I was like, from seeing all the penalties throughout the race, it's not many that have been given. Obviously, some of the drivers at DNF probably got some, but at least the drivers on the grid, it's not that many at the moment.
With that, the current order of Texas is Milk in P1 on the dreaded, I think, medium tires, that is. Yeah. Right behind him is Luke on hard tires. Then Alex Carugot on hard tires. Yuki on medium. Merciless on Water Bottle on medium. Blacksky, Versaki on mediums too. Then we got Tommy in it on hard tires, Zero on hard tires, and Biggie on hard tires. Last but not least, Iron on 4-lap old medium, so he's most likely not going to be able to finish the race like that. But Iron is actually between Yuki and Merciless, so this is good for Yuki and bad for Merciless. Yeah, Iron is the only one who got lapped.
I would have to say that's probably due to all the fighting with the Williams.
That is true. And also, I just want to bring to attention, it is the second time that the Williams of Mr. Liam and the Audi of Iron have caused a safety car in a session.
Yes, that is true, and I think it wasn't due to an accident, so we'll definitely review that afterwards.
So with that, we are going into the final stages of the race. A little bit more than 10 laps to go. And I think a very interesting last part to go, because if Milk is able to pull away, that's gotta be perfect. If he's not able to pull away, that's gotta be very bad for him. And I think he does not want that to happen, right? I think he wants to be in a comfortable position and pull away.
Yeah, I do agree. And then what are the positions gained so far?
Oh yeah, let me just pull it up here. 2 by Milk, 0 by Luke, 6 from Alex Carugo, 0 by Yuki. Merciless has gained 1. Waterball has gained 5. Blacksky has gained 9 positions so far today. Mursaki has lost 7 positions. Tommy Innit has gained 5 positions. Zero has lost 3. Biggie has gained 8 positions, and Iron has gained 3 positions somehow. And what is Iron doing there? Oh, falling back so everyone can drive behind each another. That is the noble thing to do. Thank you very much, Iron, for being a very social driver today. Both as Martins being side by side, so I think potentially Tommy might want to hold up Zero, because Versaki needs to get a few positions ahead. This will now be very interesting. Safety car coming in. The grid slowing down. Approaching the last turn. When will we see Milk go full speed? And here it is. Milk starting.
Oh.
Luke right behind, having a slightly worse start, but using more ERS on the straight to potentially get that position. With that, oh, whoa, nearly getting taken out by Alex Caruga right behind. So now Luke is looking for that P1 position already, as Milk is still conserving his ERS to some degree. Also, it is phenomenal how Luke is able to keep up with him, even though he's on mediums. Luke is on the hard tires.
I do agree.
Especially if you look at Alex Carugo, like he's behind him and just got a 3-second penalty.
He got the 3-second. No.
Look at that look at the difference between Luke and Alex Carugo already. Phenomenal the pace that Luke is able to provide us.
Yeah.
Wow. And now it is just a question, will Milk be able to pull away or not? But it does not look like that. Murasaki goes for the move against Black Sea and gets a position. With that, Murasaki's now P7. So only 6 people to go to be P1. In 11 laps, or less than 11 laps now. Oh, we see a side-by-side between Yuki and Alex Carugo. Yuki gets P3, Alex Carugo moves down to P4. Also, Luke is a second behind Milk, over a second behind Milk. So now Milk needs to push as hard as he can and do everything he can to build that lead. And Biggie with a 3-second penalty, I think now that equates to a 9-second penalty for him. And Milk with the fastest lap of 34.938. The fastest lap of the race so far. Basically all the time gained in sector 3. Phenomenal run. Now, Merciless also 0.2 behind Alex Carugo. So Alex Carugo would be potentially P8 now. Due to the penalties.
Yeah.
So this is fairly interesting.
And it is nice to see, what, 3 new drivers that joined the grid today are in the, I guess we would have to say top 6. We have Water Bottle, Alex Carugo, and of course Yuki. So it's nice to see when new drivers come in and they're able to compete with the rest of the grid.
Definitely. And don't forget, we've had 19 people if we just exclude you. And like many of our top drivers were not present today.
That is very true. Yeah. There's still quite a bit of the grid that didn't make it. So
Yuki going for the move with the medium tires. This is gonna be it for the Yuki. Is Yuki gonna be able to Yuki gets pushed off by Luke. Luke, that's the Max Verstappen. Pushing off your enemy to get the position. Now Luke in P3. Yes, Yuki has done the same basically, but not pushing him off.
Goodness.
And with that, Yuki is in P2 and Luke in P3. Oh my goodness. Now the question is, will Yuki be also able to drive away 34.74 for Milk? Milk with another fastest lap, also side by side between Alex Carugo and Merciless. Is Merciless gonna go for the move? Yes, he is braking late, side by side for both of them. Merciless with the better acceleration, but he lost grip there. Still side by side, we see the beautiful Alpine on the right side of the V-Carb. Who's gonna get the position? And the late braking by Merciless, and with that he gets a position. And with that we have a V-Carb 3-4. They are still gonna earn the most points in the championship today. Also, Murasaki now in P6 got the position against the water ball. Now looking against Alex Carugo. And let's not forget Alex Carugo got the 3-second penalty. So right now Murasaki's net P5. But the problem now is he is on the medium tires. Well, for example, Alex Carugo is on hard tires. So now it's gonna be interesting to see how they will end up. Also, Zero coming closer against Tommy Innit. Tommy Innit going defensive. And with that, Tommy Innit holds P9. Or is he? Or is Zero gonna be able to go for the move now? No, he's not. He's trying to go for a further outside line, which is normally the better line, but the tires said no to him, and with that, he was not able to provide us with an amazing switchback overtake here. But on the other hand, now he's right behind Iron with a 3-second penalty, still somehow driving. Respectable from it. A water bottle with a 3-second penalty. With that, oh my goodness, with that, a P6 is gone. Now he needs to hurry up or else Zero might get the position against him. First of all that, and second of all, he needs to be very careful or else someone else might overtake him too.
Yeah, that is very true. He has to keep his head down. I mean, there's 7 laps to go, so anything is possible, but he definitely needs to make sure he gets everything together in these last few laps.
Yeah, that is certainly so. Zero nearly overtaken by Tommy in it, apparently on the map, and just got the position back. Also, what would be perfect if you could go closer to your mic again, because I've just seen that the volume was not as loud as I think the viewers would hope for. And Luke going for the move against Yuki, but Yuki's still having his nose ahead. Luke now trying to go for the toe and the full ERS usage, as Yuki's going for the full ERS usage too. And now Luke with more ERS going into the turn, but he doesn't have the braking. It was late enough to get there. The hard tires right now still the worst tires, it seems like. With that, Yuki stays in P2. He's actively helping Milk basically to win this race. Milk just doesn't need... As soon as Milk loses grip even once, the race is over for him if he's not very careful with it. Milk could win it in his, I think, second race of the season. He was in the first race of the season. They had huge problems with the connection. And now he's gonna have huge problems with the crowd running towards him when he wins this race. What a phenomenal showing from him so far. One could say, oh yeah, it was a lucky safety car that provided him that. But others might say, it was a calculated strategy that was thinking about stuff like that. Also, nearly everyone is very close to one another. This is truly beautiful to see.
Yeah, it is always nice to see when you have a good group of guys, good racers, good pace. Oh my goodness, he's gonna go for it.
Late braking, but Luke's side by side, and he gets the front at least. But now Yuki had the better acceleration. But now this is a pure ERS battle and pure setup battle. This is not a skill battle right now on the straight. It is a pure ERS and setup battle. But it looks like Luke had more ERS and the higher top speed. With that, now side by side, pushing off Yuki once again. Yuki still somehow in front. Yuki now doing the same, but Luke's going for the switchback. Both of them nearly colliding.
Oh,
Luke going for the far outside line. Is Yuki gonna defend? No, he's not. Now Luke is trying to go for the outside line again, switching to the inside line, but Yuki was able to hold the inside line. With that, Luke nearly took out Yuki. With that, Yuki remains in P2. If this continues, Alex Carugo might look for a position there and try to get ahead of them to get away with his 3-second penalty from the guys behind him. And sprint qualifying is over in Tier 2. Who got pole position, Zeram? So we will most likely miss nearly the entirety of the sprint in Tier 2. Any of the Tier 2 drivers is watching?
They should be able to delay it, or not delay it, but you know, they should hold them for on the grid for 2 minutes. So we should be there in between the sprint race, honestly.
Yeah, it is in the sprint race, but not at start. So guys, just so you know, before we switch from this stream to the Tier 2 stream, yes, we will switch streams. So the stream will be stopped, so we have basically a full replay of the stream for the Tier 1 people. Just like we want to see a replay of that move from Luke after it is done, or is it? Yuki, oh my goodness, half a tire on the track and that was still on track. With that, he stays in that position. Oh my god, Luke goes out. Now, Alex Carugo side by side with Luke, on the same hard tires. Oh, and he had problems in the call. Now, who's gonna get the position? Is it gonna be Alex Carugo? Or is Luke gonna be able to hold that position? Now it's not Luke against Yuki anymore, it's Alex Carugo against Luke now. Oh my goodness, what a phenomenal race so far from these few. Well, also Milk is expanding his lead by a tremendous amount, 4.3 seconds by now. Let's see, Alex Carugo still looking for the move, but oh, his brain said yes, but his body and his brakes said no. There was a move that could have been, but never was. Also, everyone, P12 to P8, all gained more than at least 3 positions or more. There's only 2 people that have lost positions as of now, which are Masaki with 5 and Luke with 1. Everyone else has gained positions so far. Also, Alex Carugo will finish the race as P6 if we would finish it right now.
Yeah, absolutely phenomenal to see that.
Luke
pretty
going
much
for
everyone
it.
on the grid is gonna go. Oh,
yeah, side by side. Luke going for the side draft. Now side by side, slightly faster than Yuki, but we've seen this several times already. Yuki always able to fight back, and Yuki stays on the track again. uses it again and now gets the inside line side by side this
Oh
time. Luke is
my
not
God.
gonna give it up this time. Luke is doing everything he can to keep it, but oh my goodness, Yuki with these tires still able to drive around the outside is tremendous. Now they're still somehow side by side. Oh my goodness, but Luke!
Oh no!
Oh, with that Yuki spun around, Luke gets P2. Oh no, Yuki now behind Merciless. I cannot even say whose fault it was, because at the end of the day, Yuki was there, and I don't know if there was not enough space given by Luke or not. I think the FIA needs to look at that. Also, Merciless now P4, probably trying to defend everything he can. Also, Alex Carugo now in P2, looking to fight against Luke. Is he gonna be able to finally get the overtake against Luke side by side right now? He has the better position going into this. And yes, he gets P2. With that, Alex Carugo now needs to recuperate his ERS as soon as possible, or else Luke will do the same thing he has done to Yuki several times. Oh my god. Both of them using the ERS, and we see Milk now turning. Milk leading the race with over 4 seconds, nearly 5 seconds of a second. Biggie with another 3 seconds, oh no. With that, he's basically confined to P11. But it is still relatively good points for the Mercedes. And also Alex Carugo stays in P2. Wow. If Merciless is truly holding up Yuki, which he is right now, that means, depending on how it goes, Alex Carugo could end up with a podium. Also, Murasaki now in P6, right behind Yuki. He could overtake Yuki if this continues. Oh my goodness. Also, the gap between Luke in P3 and Merciless in P4 is getting bigger and bigger. Even though Luke is right behind Alex Carugo. Yeah, we see Merciless going defensive, even though there's over half a second to Yuki. So we know he's trying everything to help his teammate. But I mean, it is detrimental for the championship if you think about it. They are leading both championships. Also, Tommy in it with the move on Blackski in turn 1, and with that he gets P9. What a move. Let's look at the penalties for second here. We have 3 seconds for a water bottle, Alex Carugo, Tommy Innit, and Blackski, and then we have Biggie 12 seconds and I am 15 seconds. Oh, Yuki spinning around! No!
No!
And losing a
my
part of
God.
his wing with that. Yuki's now P7. Oh my goodness.
Oh my
Oh
God.
no.
After the practically extraordinary battles in race that Yuki's have had, oh my God, I can't believe this is happening.
Oh my goodness. With that, Musa needs to try everything he can to stay in a relatively close time towards his teammate, which he's not able to do because right now Alex Carugo gets a podium even though he has a 3-second penalty. It looked very grim for Alex Carugo at some point. We said that he might end up in P9 or something like that. Now he's gonna be on the podium if this continues. What a comeback.
Absolutely
Versaki
agree.
looking
For
for
a debut.
P4.
Oh, he's going for it. Oh my. But yeah, I do have to say for Alex Carugo, you know, coming in as his debut race, I mean, even though with the slight penalty, I mean, it's I couldn't be happier for him.
Now let's see how it is gonna end for Murasaki. Oh, nearly a spin. So it looks like the medium tires are dying out. Wait a second. Luke, 0.4 behind Alex Carugo. He's gonna get a P2 guaranteed, at least as long as he doesn't spin around like Yuki sadly just did, or Simas did early on in the race. But it looks like a singular podium for the V-Carb. If Murasaki was able to overtake Merciless, then we would have 4 different teams in the top 4. Just saying. Oh, Alex Carugo get overtaken by Luke! Oh, will Luke try to get the milk? That is the question now. 2.1 seconds. Oh my gosh. There seems to be huge speed difference. Oh my gosh. Luke might still be able to fight for the win. 1.9 seconds. Oh my god, Zero got the move done on Yuki. Yuki with his wings struggling really hard. Oh no, not move done. I'm sorry. He was in front of him anyway. And now that is the question. Do you think Luke could potentially still fight for race win?
I don't know. I mean, to close a gap over a little less than 2 seconds is pretty crazy, but anything is possible, but it doesn't seem too very likely.
Iron with a 3 seconds? Yeah, I think it might be possible, but only if Milk's tire explodes.
Yeah.
And if we look at it, the graining is huge. Like, it's not even big, it's tremendous. We even see particles, like huge chunks of the rubber being on the tires. Like, they might really explode in the last few corners if this continues. Luke, only a second behind now. He has gained nearly a second already this lap.
My goodness, wow.
Zero with the move on Murasaki. Murasaki crashed just like Yuki. But he has not lost a part of his wing. Oh no. So Yuki and Murasaki have done the same thing. Also, Zero right behind Musa. Is he gonna go for the move? Is it gonna be it? No, not enough energy. Let's follow the fight for the race win. Oh my goodness. This could be it. Look at that, Milk. Half a second. Oh my goodness. As long as Milk's tires doesn't puncture now, he should be good to go. Is he? Luke, 0.3, 0.2. Oh my goodness. 0.2, 0.2. He's gonna go for the overtake. Or is he? No, he's not. Is he gonna go for the ERS deployment now? He is.
My goodness.
But with that, Milk wins the race. Luke right behind him. Alex Caruga in P3. Merciless. Same situation with Zero, but he gets the position, but he stays in P4 and gets P4. Zero P5, Murasaki P6, Yuki P7, Tommy in P8, a water bottle P9, Lexki P10, Biggie P11, and Iron still needing to drive nearly the entire lap in P12. Who do you think is today's drive of the day?
Oh man, it's a tough one, but I would have to maybe give it to Alex Carugo on his debut.
Yeah, fair. That is exactly my opinion. Also, but let's not forget, for example, other people have had phenomenal races too. Biggie, Blacksky, and Tommy in it, but I think some of these were caused by, for example, Scene being out of the race, Seamus being out of the race, Jason. But nevertheless, these were all phenomenal races. But with that, I hope you have liked today's stream. We will now move on to Tier 2. So now I